Throughout June, leading up to our summer break, we will be dedicating our episodes to exploring my homeland, Sweden, and all its surroundings. In a two-part series, we'll take a road trip across Sweden, starting with the picturesque landscapes of Dalarna, where Sweden's ancient traditions are still very much alive. We'll then head to the west coast and its archipelago, eventually winding down in the southern parts of Sweden, home to charming fishing villages facing the continent. Next, we'll discover Stockholm's archipelago, which has been my home for the past 7 years. I'll share insider tips on must-visit spots and how to best experience and explore them. Finally, we'll delve into Viking Line and their warriors cruises across the Baltic Sea, including the fantastic Åland Islands and the city of Mariehamn. June is all about Sweden here on Ponyo and Poolshark. Today, however, we are finally dedicating our time to one of perhaps Sweden's most beautiful area, which I proudly call my home for the past 7 years, Stockholm's stunning archipelago. I will share all my personal tips on the best places to see, visit, grab a coffee, stay and explore. No visit to Stockholm is complete without spending time among the beautiful islands that make up its world-famous archipelago. Check out bars, restaurants, cafes and experience a natural setting that attracted over 4.5 million visitors in 2021. Many friends have often wondered how I could decide to leave the poles of Stockholm and settle far out in the middle of nowhere on an island in the archipelago. Well, this is exactly why. The silence, the sea, the sound of birds in the evening sun. 7 years later, it is still the best decision Nadia and I have ever made and will never leave. Home is where the heart is a well-known saying, and as much as we love to travel and explore, we love Stockholm's archipelago and our home equally. This sentiment is shared by 4.5 million tourists who visit the archipelago each year. However, unlike many other places on Earth, Stockholm's archipelago is quite challenging to visit without careful planning. It's not easy to navigate between the islands, accommodations options are limited and expensive, and finding reliable information and worthwhile tip can be a struggle. Fortunately, I can share all my personal hidden gems, charming spots and the quaint towns of the archipelago so you can plan and contemplate what you truly want to experience. This is the only video you'll need. In this video, however, we'll be only focused on the northern part of Stockholm's archipelago, collectively known as Roslagen. There will likely be more videos on this topic in the future though. We begin our journey in the southernmost part of Roslagen, in the charming town of Vaxholm. Despite being a fairly large town with over 12,000 residents, Vaxholm is a wonderful, beautiful archipelago town with a quaint city center. It's incredibly easy to reach, both by bus and by numerous of archipelago boats from Stockholm, attracting over 1 million tourists annually. Here you'll find cozy interior design shops, charming cafes and countless of restaurants. Most tourists visiting Stockholm usually want to experience the archipelago in one way or another. The closest small islands such as Fjäderholmarna are only 15-minute boat ride away and are still, so to speak, within the city. I will talk more about these trips in our upcoming guide to Stockholm in September. However, I highly recommend spending more time in the archipelago and planning longer visits depending, of course, on how long you're staying. Vaxholm offers an incredibly enjoyable day trip, and during the summer there are boats departing from Stockholm almost continuously, all docking here as Vaxholm serves as a hub for travel out to the islands. The journey costs no more than about 10 euros and takes approximately an hour. Most boats have onboard services like cafes and restaurants and outdoor decks to enjoy the view from. Upon arriving by boat, you disembark at the historic Vaxholm Hotel. Here you'll find a fantastic restaurant serving traditional Swedish dishes, and on the ground floor Melander's fish shop offers local delicacies for you to purchase and take away. From the dock here you can also take the cable ferry over to Vaxholms Castell, a beautiful place well worth a visit. During the summer several concerts are offered and tickets can be purchased in advance. If you're not keen on spending too much on lunch during your visit, Vaxholm offers all sorts of restaurants to suit every budget. We particularly like the Indian restaurant, which despite its humble appearance serves really good food. Boulangerie is a super cozy cafe down by the harbor that serves amazingly delicious treats, ranging from sandwiches and salads to cakes and classic cinnamon buns. You won't be disappointed with anything you order here, and its coffee is actually really good. Vidabruk is a historical ironwork located in Roslagen, Sweden. Dating back to the 17th century, it was once a bustling industrial site producing iron products. Today, it has been transformed into a cultural and historical destination, offering visitors a glimpse into Sweden's industrial past. At Vidabruk you can explore the old forge, visit artisan workshops and learn about traditional craftsmanship. The site also hosts events, exhibitions and market throughout the year. But foremost, it is an amazing cafe, offering lunch or just coffee and some homemade pastries to enjoy in the sun. The area surrounding Vidabruk is also fantastic to just take walks in and enjoy nature. Not entirely within Roslagen, but still nearby and within an hour's reach, lies the charming little town of Sigtuna. It holds the distinction of being Sweden's oldest town, founded in the 10th century. Steeped in history, Sigtuna boasts well-preserved medieval ruins, quaint cobblestone streets, and colorful wooden buildings. Visitors to Sigtuna can explore its rich heritage by visiting landmarks such as St. Mary's Church and the ruin of St. Olof's Church, and the Sigtuna Museum, which offers insight into the town's Viking and medieval past. The town's charming atmosphere is enhanced by its beautiful lakefront settings and its scenic parks, making it a popular destination for both history enthusiasts and nature lovers alike. In addition to its historical attraction, Sigtuna offers a range of quaint shops, cafes and restaurants where visitors can sample local delicacies and browse for souvenirs. A classic staple is the old café Tant Brun, which is a must visit here in my opinion. After you visit, head to Steningelada for some heavenly barbecue buffet. You choose which meat or fish you want from the grill and then head to the buffet for all the salads and sauces you can imagine. There's also a nice interior shop here that sells Kew Garden's fantastic products. As I mentioned earlier, accommodations in Stockholm's archipelago are limited, and those worth visiting have learned to charge accordingly. However, here is a tip. If you feel that exploring the archipelago during the day with day trips is sufficient, Stockholm's airport Arlanda is incredibly close to Roslagen, and you can reach all the destinations within this guide within an hour, with Sigtuna, which we just mentioned, in just 15 minutes away by car. Arlanda has plenty of nice hotels that offers very competitive prices compared to both Stockholm and its archipelago. Here you also find Hertz, Avis and Europcar if you need to rent a car for your excursions. Norrtälje is a super charming town in the heart of Roslagen, offering everything beautiful and picturesque you'd expect from an archipelago town, such as cobblestone streets and cozy cafes, along with all the regular shops and stores you'll find in any city. Running through the town is a river that you can stroll along, soaking in the archipelago atmosphere while passing quaint bakeries and ice cream parlors. The town also boasts a really good selection of restaurants in my opinion, catering to a variety of tastes. Roslagen beckons with over 15,000 islands to explore, and if you count the entire archipelago of Stockholm, you can double that number. Here you'll find everything from small islets and rocks to larger islands with cozy harbor restaurants, nature parks and history. But most of them can only be reached by boat. Vaxholmsbolaget operates traffic throughout the Stockholms Archipelago if you want to venture out and discover it. And many islands offer day trips from Stockholm. If you're not unsure where you want to go, you can visit the Vaxholmsbolaget ticket office outside the Grand Hotel in Stockholm, where most boats departs from, and they'll give you tips and recommendations on places to visit. Another fantastic way to experience the archipelago is by taking a cruise to Åland, which belongs to Finland and is located in the middle of the Baltic Sea outside the Stockholm Archipelago. Viking Line and Tallink offer both day cruises and overnight cruises at very reasonable prices. Make sure to tune in next week and I'll explain everything you need to know about both the cruises and Åland. Of course, however, the absolute best way to see the archipelago is if you have the opportunity to have your own boat, which you can rent if your budget allows. Around this fantastic island world there is countless of natural harbors, sometimes run by foundations, offering saunas and other amenities for a small fee. If you have any questions about this or want specific tips, don't hesitate to write in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. One of my absolute top tips is to visit the restaurant Skeppskatten. This gem isn't particularly well known, so consider this a real insider tip from a local. On Route 276 between Åkersberga and Norrtälje, you'll find a sign directing you to turn off towards Skeppskatten. Skeppskatten translates simply to the ship's cat and offers a lovely harbor restaurant with a view of the sea, as well as a bar down on the docks, literally on the water. It doesn't get much nicer than this. However, Skeppskatten has somewhat unusual open hours, so make sure to follow their Facebook page where they post the days they're open. If we were to declare a winner in the battle of the most beautiful cities in Roslagen, there's no doubt that the charming little town of Öregrund, located in the northernmost tip of Roslagen, stands as a clear winner. However, it's quite a journey to get here, and there isn't a whole lot of fantastic sights to see along the way. So, if you decide to visit, consider it a full-day excursion. Öregrund optimizes what Roslagen and Stockholms Archipelago are all about, offering everything from fantastic swimming spots to romantic boutique hotels and harbor lined with cozy taverns. However, my personal favorite is restaurant Strandnära. You can sit by the water and enjoy a drink, or step up the terrace and savor fantastic Swedish classics like toast Skagen and herring. If you want to treat yourself a little extra, I highly recommend staying a night at Hotell Klockargården. Just make sure to book well in advance. If you decide to travel towards our last destination that will conclude our guide, you'll come across the charming little village of Hysingsvik along the way. A few years ago, they opened a flower shop here, which then evolved into a local shop for fruits and vegetables, and now they also have a super cozy cafe where they serve everything from salads and baguettes to pastries and sweets. Pretty cool if you ask me. We'll conclude in style with a visit to the beautiful Furusund. Known for its picturesque surroundings and rich history, in the past Furusund was a popular retreat for the upper class who built grand summer villas alongside its shores. These elegant estates, with their ornate architecture and expansive gardens, served as an idyllic getaway for affluent families seeking respite from the city life. One notable figure associated with Furusund is the renowned Swedish author Astrid Lindgren, who spent time here both during her youth and later in life. Lindgren drew inspiration from the natural beauty and tranquility of Furusund, which is reflected in many of her beloved children's stories. Hotell Furusund offers a fantastic location down by the old pilot house. In addition to beautiful rooms, you'll find a fantastic restaurant, cocktail bar and your own pier with a sauna and jacuzzi. This hotel is open year-round and offers accommodations only, as well as various packages with dinner and sauna. If you want to visit during the Christmas season, Hotell Furusund lays out one of Stockholm's absolute best Christmas buffet, which I'll tell you more about in our upcoming videos around Christmas. So, how was it again? Home is where the heart is. Well, maybe. I've never once doubted the choice we made to move out to this idyllic place. And as much as we love to sometimes get away and experience new things, you will come to love Roslagen and Stockholms Archipelago. I promise you that. Consider this video as my introduction to the place I call home and hold dear to my heart, but also as the first chapter of a book where many more will follow. And believe me, when the summer shows its best side, when the grill comes out and the gin and tonic is poured, there is no better place in my opinion. But I suppose one should feel that way about their home. And I love my Stockholm, my archipelago, and the opportunity to share it with you. And just as much as I enjoy sipping on a cocktail at a charming bar in Limone by Lake Garda, spending a night out on Reeperbahn, or sitting on the balcony on a cruise somewhere, I also love those nights at home with friends and loved ones. Because, as I always say, it is not about the destination, it is what you make of it that counts. Until next time, stay safe. Next week we'll stay in the archipelago, but we'll hop on board one of the countless ships that cruises the Åland Sea. We'll explore the different ships, visiting beautiful Mariehamn in Åland, and talk about all the different types of cruises that these shipping companies offers, as well as prices and other details. Join us next week. Yeah.